Hello everyone, I am in the Blends and Beyond group. I am just going to find myself coming in for a very quick live. There we go, now I can find myself, check for comments, hopefully I can see some. Okay, so I just did my regular live on Facebook and YouTube, just part of the card making, and I actually coloured in the Toucan and I thought, because I had to keep bringing it up to the screen and holding it down, I thought I would come in here and do a zoomed in version of it in case you want to watch it again. So let me just zoom in. I think I'm going to have to work, that is working far away from where I normally work because of the camera and everything. I'll just see if I can come in a little bit closer. But I wanted you guys to see the close-up version of colouring, so hopefully I can stay in that area. So I did go and look up some photos of toucans, and I do show them in the live that I've just done, but of course I can't show them here because I'm streaming natively in like just using the Facebook app. So that's what I've coloured in. I've tried, even though he's a cutesy image, I've tried to give him a more realistic colouring for a toucan. So there are many different types of toucans out there, and this just happens to be one of them. I chose the one with the orange and black beak. So I have got my blends here already. I'm just going to, so I picked them out from the colours that we had on the actual image, and I'm just going to show you what I did. So I did a little bit of a colour swatching because he's quite, the bills are quite orange and red, and they've got almost like little flames heading up the sides of the bill. So I just grabbed my pumpkin pie, and I do have to say these nibs are Ohuhu nibs, the orange one and my daffodil one, my pumpkin pie and my daffodil, I have switched out to other colours. So I'm just going to just do a little color swatch. This is a big area compared to what I'll be working on, so I knew that I would be okay. Okay, so I just did that little bit of a color swatch just to make sure. It starts to look a little bit sketchy and it gets lightened, but it's okay because after it settles down it's fine. So let's bring that back in. I have to make sure that I'm in your zoom area, so I am a little bit further away from myself. Okay, so I started off with the pumpkin pie, and just do a little bit of a line there just to make sure my edge is nice and straight, and underneath his bill, and then just flick up. We don't need to go up too high because he's only, like, his bill's only really quite short. So, and then coming in with my Daffodil Delight. So I went over the top and just extended up a little bit. Now I'm also going to go over the top of the pumpkin pie that's on the bottom because that colour changes. Okay. And then with my Daffodil Delight Light, and this one still is a Stampin' Up nib, and just to fill that in. Okay, so you can see how a lot of the orange has been eaten out by the two yellows. Okay, so next I think I came in with my black next. Gee, I only just coloured it, and see, now I can't remember. And so I'm going to start with my dark black. And they do have a really quite heavy red line at the top of their bill. So I did actually leave a little bit of white space because I knew that I wouldn't be able to put the red on the black. And mine does fall apart. Everybody's falls apart. Mine falls apart sometimes. I'm aware of it. I just need to make sure that I don't fling it open when I go to open it, because I have had it spill out onto my work before. So I try and remove the cap gently. Oh, and now also I noticed on the photos that he has a black area around his face there as well. Okay, so next I'm going to pop some orange around his eye. Bring it down a little bit. And I'm going to put the yellow over the top. I've got the Daffodil Delight Dark, and that will just tone it down a little bit and not make it so stark. And I'll extend that just down a wee bit. Okay, now I am going to cheat because we don't actually have a light enough colour. You could try, somebody suggested in the live trying ivory, so that's the ivory, but I'm actually going to use a Copic marker. Okay, so I do have a handful of really light Copic markers that didn't show up in the screen. Let me stand up and show you. So that is ivory, and this one is Copic marker E50. So it's just that little bit lighter because they do actually have a really pale chest. Okay, and then we can blend that in. And I'm going to do his tongue as well because I actually don't know what colour his tongue is, but I'm going to do that. So I've only got like maybe 10 Copics, and they're all really light colours because sometimes we just need that little bit lighter. Now they do have a bright blue eyeball, so I'm using Azure Afternoon for that one. And then we'll go back to our black and we can finish off his body. Okay, so that's the dark, and then we'll come in with the light. And normally I would be turning my image around to suit me, but because I'm trying to keep in the frame, I'm keeping to you guys. Okay, so that's the blend alcohol marker side done. And now I'm going to bring in my pencils, and I'm just going to use a red. So I've got a crimson, this one is Crimson Lake, and I'm just going to colour in that little bit of black, and because they do have quite a heavy, strong line running across the top of their bill, and then the bottom half of their bill is slightly on the red side, and then on the top here they actually have like little flamey things. That's how I'm sort of describing it, little red stripes. So I'm just putting in some extra little red lines going up there and just blend that a little bit more. Okay, and then I just give him some really subtle white highlights, just because he has a cutesy image and we can do that. So I'll just grab my white. So just coming on the other side of that red, and I run that across, and then just tiny little bits on his head and his wing, just really lightly, nothing too out of control. And then on his tail there we can do a little bit, and that was it. That's all I did for him. So there we have our two images. See if they're both in the screen. Nope, there we go. And then this one's got a little bit of shimmer on it because I did paint some Wink Stella on him. So there we go. So there is the close-up version. So I will also pop this on YouTube as well, because this is the card that I've just made during my live, but you know, we couldn't see the colouring process very well. So I thought I would come in here and do that there for everyone. Okay, so real quick and easy. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you later.